Okay, so this plant right here is actually native to Michigan and pretty much the eastern half of the United States, especially in the more northern areas. Um, I don't think this grows in the really deep south naturally, but it does grow just above that, so it grows pretty far south, just not in like the deep south. Um, but yeah, this is a native plant to basically the eastern half of the United States, and a lot of Michigan, and you can see, look at that right here. There's the little flowers, and the ants are pollinating. Look at that. How cool is that? So this is Rubus occidentalis is the scientific name. The common name is black raspberry, and it does make edible, delicious fruit. I can speak from experience. They are very delicious. Let's see right here. Look at that. That is so cool. It's weird. I don't really see ants pollinating flowers that often. Anyway, and so you can see right here, it's got these sort of thorns. Let's see if I can zoom in here. You can see there's thorns on that stem there, and those protect it a little bit from things like deer and rabbits and stuff. So it is somewhat deer and rabbit resistant. This bush is incredibly tough. It can grow in literally any soil, from heavy clay to sandier soil. It prefers full sun, but it will tolerate a little bit of shade, so it can grow in like woodlands that aren't like super dense, especially if there's like a sunny area in the woodland. Grows on the edge of forests, grows in disturbed areas and abandoned fields and stuff. This is an incredibly tough plant. Yeah, it's a wonderful native bush. If you're looking for a native bush that makes edible fruit that you can plant literally anywhere or almost anywhere, this is that plant. This is perfect. This can grow in like the worst awful soil. As you can see, the flowers seem to really help wildlife like ants, and of course the fruit is also good for things like birds and other wildlife that eats it, and the people growing it. So yeah, it's a very wonderful native bush. It can be pretty aggressive, but it is native. And aggressive and invasive is not the same thing. A plant can be aggressive but still be native. Invasive is like aggressive and from a different continent, generally speaking. So here that would be like English ivy or something like that from Europe, and in North America it's very invasive and nothing really controls it. But this is native here. There's things to help kind of keep it in check, and yeah, so it's really beautiful bush. One of the ways you can tell it's this species is you can see, it's hard to tell from here, but if I zoom in there, you can see the stem is kind of a red, and there's sort of that wax, and then even on the newer growth there's like a waxiness to it. That's one way you can identify the species. Here's another close-up of the flowers, if it'll let me zoom in. That is so cool to see ants pollinating flowers. You don't really see it that often. There are a few native plants that seem to really specialize with ants pollinating them. But anyway, really cool. Hopefully you guys learned something from that, and yeah.